Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to any new viewers. This is a reading for Gemini, my beautiful Geminis, Sun, Moon, Rising, Gemini. Let's see what's going on. This is your mid-month check-in. So let's just check in, see where you're at, what you're currently experiencing, the people, persons, situations that are surrounding you. We're going to have a look at any issues, any challenges that have come up, words of advice to perhaps deal with those for those who need it, and the potential outcome. Of course, Gemini, don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoy the reading or any part of it resonates. Subscribe if you like as well. It helps my channel grow. What do we have at the bottom of the deck here, Gemini? We've got the Seven of Swords. Interesting. Let's just get a couple more cards and then we'll get straight into it. But yeah, some interesting themes, some interesting conversations, differing points of view, sometimes compared with money, material things, practical things. But we'll get into that in a second. Oh, we have the Tower. Interesting. Let's get one more. Yeah, some big changes, or at least discussing some very big changes with someone this month. Find a balance. That's really interesting. Yeah, there's a need for there's really a need for compromise here, isn't there? Because there's very different opinions, different opinions, different values, different ideas of the future, different paths that you want to take, that this person wants to take. So it's really going to be about finding a compromise here. I feel finding a balance here, but it's important you do that, and that you do that soon, because one thing's for sure, the situation can't stay the way that it has been or remain the way that it has been forever. It can't continue for much longer. And I'm talking maybe weeks, possibly months, but I think this is something that you need to get clear on this month, and that the person you're dealing with wants to get clear on as well. I do think you're bringing this up. I think in some ways, there have been times when you've not wanted to maybe talk about this or glossed over it. And there's times when this person maybe did the same thing. But now I feel like it's really time to talk it out. It's really time to get to the root of what's going on. Five of Wands. Lots of opinions, disagreement, and I do think there's other people involved here as well. I think you're considering a lot of people. So not just your opinion, not just the person you're dealing with, their opinion, or wants and needs, but also potentially other people as well. Other family members, friends, relatives. Something's going on here. There's a lot of different things in your mind, different ideas, different visions for the future, different ways of moving forward, different wants and needs, likes, desires. All of this is going on at the moment. And there's a it's a big time of change. I will say that. It's a big time of change. But it's also complex. It's complex because I do think you're taking into account a few different people, like more than just you and someone, potentially. There's more people involved in this as well that you're thinking about, that you're trying to consider their needs. I will say, just be careful when, or if this is the case, if you're trying to make everyone happy, including yourself, because that's difficult. That's very challenging. Anyway, I think that's where this complexity is coming in at the moment. We do have the Devil card here. This is Major Arcana. So this is a big big thing you're considering, big change, big decision. It's possible, this is Capricorn energy. You may have Capricorn in your chart. You may be dealing with a Capricorn or someone with strong Capricorn in their chart. Or maybe you both have a lot of Capricorn in their chart, in your charts. And what that means is there is a big concern about very practical matters, practical ideas, practical visions for the future. Career discussions, ways of making money, finances, property, investments. There's discussions about, you know, let's say, for example, where you're going to live, in what type of dwelling. Is it a house? Is it an apartment? Like very, very practical discussions here. Very practical discussions, potentially to do with anything, kids, family, whatever it is that you need to make some practical decisions about for the future. That's what's coming up now. And another challenge or another thing making this complex, like I said, we've got lots of differing points of views, potentially from more than two people, and we have a situation where you feel very, very bound to someone, or maybe even very bound to multiple people. You feel a sense of great responsibility, great connection. Like you cannot let all these responsibilities go. You cannot make a decision at the expense of someone else, or you cannot keep one person happy at the expense of someone else or another group of people being happy. You feel a great sense of a responsibility for multiple things, multiple people. This is where the complexity is coming in. It's challenging. Is there a way out? There's always a way out. There's always a solution. There's always a solution. And we'll get to that in a moment. But that's the energy of what I see going on here. I will say it. Sometimes the devil is that toxic kind of connection. It's feeling chained to something when really you're not. That's the key with the devil energy. It's like feeling really chained to something, but we always have free will. We always have the option to find another way, find another path, and make a different decision moving forward. Just remember that, because that is an energy that can come through with the devil card. Definitely there's someone around you who is embodying this Queen of Swords type energy, thinking very logically, rationally, but also in your mind, sometimes being a little bit ruthless. It's possible you think this person is a bit selfish at times. They, of course, may not be seeing it that way, but that's how they come across sometimes, because they can be a little bit brutal. I'll be honest, they can be a little bit brutal with their words. There are times when that's been the case for you too, and maybe it's just the conversations that you have with each other. Someone is potentially being a little bit too straightforward, and at times you feel like this person is not compromising. You feel like this person is maybe a little bit inflexible. I will say that they're learning, and they've got some consideration. They've got some considerations at the moment that they're thinking of with regards to money, with regards to their own finances, their own independence. There's something this person is working on, and they're trying to maintain that, and they're trying to build that for the future. So that could be also why they're coming across as a little bit selfish. They're just very, very concerned about their own material security and wealth. And they're still very interested in discovering new things, in learning things to benefit themselves, really, to benefit their own knowledge, to upskill themselves. Again, that's not a bad thing. I just sense that you're wanting more of a compromise here with this person, and you're not seeing them come to the party with their own compromise or their own, like you're trying to meet them halfway. You feel like they're not trying to meet you halfway, or they're just thinking a bit more selfishly. Could be dealing with another air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, possible Earth, again, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Doesn't necessarily have to be. There's some interesting discussions happening here about money too. Interesting discussions about money, and also about if it's not money, and it could be both, but if it's not money or something in addition to money, it could also be conversations about practical things. How much are you giving to this? How much are they giving back? And how can you split things in a more fair and balanced way? That's really what we're kind of leading towards here, right? And there is a way. There is a way. But what we're getting towards for the end of the month is finding compromise, finding balance. It's possible. It is possible with this person and in this situation. Another layer of complexity here, I will say, is that there was a truth that was found out. There was a truth that was found out, and that has changed things. That has changed things for either you or the person you're dealing with, or both. It's changed the focus of where you're headed, where they're headed, once this information has been revealed. I think one of you, both of you, perhaps didn't disclose everything, kept something to yourself or yourselves. And now this is coming out. This is coming out this month. So you're both discovering new things. That is causing friction. Definitely. That is causing some friction, some disagreements, some arguments, some going back and forth. Because again, more information is coming out about how differently you're thinking and how this person is thinking. That's okay. That's fine. There is a way forward here, Gemini. There's a way forward. 6 of Coins, 4 of Coins. Again, finding balance. How do we do that? It's possible that a third party will need to get involved, whether that's a counselor, a mediator, a lawyer, someone, just an unbiased professional, experienced in these matters. A third party could actually help, could actually shed some light into the situation, just to get that, that balanced opinion, that balanced professional opinion from someone who is not biased either way. That's what some of you need to look for to help move this situation along and get to a point of fairness, compromise, balance that works for both you and the other person. Another thing that's very interesting is that someone is really worried, and I'm seeing this actually coming more from the person you're dealing with. Someone is very worried about their money, their security, their possessions, perhaps their property as well, their home, their living situation. Someone's worried about that. Someone could also be worried about their sense of freedom and independence through money and property or property. And that's causing an issue as well. That's causing an issue too. So someone needs to just feel like their security is not being threatened. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, Gemini. I'm not saying it is under threat, but someone has to feel like their security, their money, their property, their whatever they have built around them, that's their sort of like security nest kind of thing. Whatever makes them feel comfortable and secure and stable, they don't want to feel like that is a threat. That's going to be key here in making sure that everyone feels comfortable. We do have the Tower. Something is going to change, 100%. There's no going back to a few weeks ago or a few months ago in this situation. There's no going back. What has happened, perhaps because of the truths that have been revealed, the conversations that have been had, it's time now to move forward. We can't look at the past. We can't look at the past of this situation. It's done. And there could also be something quite literally with a living situation that has to change. You have to change, someone has to move, or maybe you and someone have to move somewhere because the living situation is not working anymore. That could be very simple. That could be more, that could be very dramatic. It could be that, quite simply, you just need a bit more space, or you need a bit less space, whatever the case may be. And it's time to find a new place, and you find a new place, and that helps resolve some issues. More dramatically, it could be that someone has to move out, that a place falls into disrepair and needs a huge number of, renovations or fixing, and that causes an issue and you have to leave even though you didn't really want to. Or it could be, this is a conversation about moving to a very far away place, which is causing some problems. So something has to do with the actual living situation, I feel too. And that's making someone feel insecure. So that has to be addressed. I think you're getting there. I really do. And finding a balance. This is reaching to a culmination point. This is reaching to a point, like I said, this month, there's no going back. You have to have these conversations. You have to make these decisions for the future. And you will be able to find a balance. It's possible. It is always possible to find a solution, to find a balance, to find a compromise that works for everyone, that makes everyone feel good and makes everyone feel secure and safe as well. This is what we need to really work towards here. I'm going to leave it there, Gemini. Good luck with this. It's difficult, it's challenging, it's complex, but it's moving to a better place, and there is a better future. That's possible. That's very, very possible. If you work together, you may need the help of a third party. If you do need that, by all means, explore that. But no, it's looking like it's getting to a better place. But big things happening this month for sure. So I wish you a lot of luck, and I wish you a happy outcome. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you all tune in to the next video.